please consider subscribing so you get updated with my future uploads. Hello everyone, welcome back to J English Tutorial and Review. This is me again, Teacher J, engaging you to another helpful, relevant, and refreshing English lesson. But before I begin, to my subscribers, followers, and viewers, thank you so much for watching and sharing my videos. Your support means a lot to me. And if you are not subscribing to my YouTube channel yet, please consider subscribing so you get updated with my future uploads. In this particular video, I will be having a review discussion on the commonly used linking verbs in English. In fact, there are many linking verbs in the English language, but in this particular video, I will be concentrating on the commonly used linking verbs like am, is, was, are, and were. Okay? So without much ado, here we go. Let's start. Linking verbs are verbs that make connections between the subject and additional information about that subject. They do not show any actions, rather, they link the subject with the rest of the sentence. So the key words or key phrases here, we have make connections, and that connection is between the subject and additional information about that subject. And please take note on do not show any actions. And later on, I will be explaining the difference of using linking verbs and main verbs or regular verbs in the sentence. Okay? And please also take note of link. Okay? The main job, the main function of our linking verbs are to link, okay, the subject with the rest of the sentence. Common examples of linking verbs are the be verbs, am, is, was, are, and were. And again, these are the linking verbs that are given emphasis in this video. Okay, the linking verbs am, is, was, are, and were are grouped into three. In the first column, we have right here the singular linking verbs. When we say singular, it means one. In the second column, we have right here the plural linking verbs. When we say plural, it is more than one. And in the third column, we have right here linking verbs that are in the past tense, or when we say past tense, the event that happened or took place in the past. Okay, so let's start first with the first column, the singular linking verbs. And we have three linking verbs that are singular. We have the am, is, and was. Okay, and right here, for the plural linking verbs, we have are and were. And please take note that was is the past tense of is and am, while were is the past tense of are. Okay? Because later on, once we are going to use these linking verbs in a sentence already, it is important that we know which linking verbs are singular, which linking verbs are plural or in the past tense. Okay? And in writing sentences using these linking verbs, we have right here some examples of sentence starters or some sentence starters using these linking verbs. For the singular linking verbs, you may begin your sentence by saying she is or she was. Okay, she was if it is in the past tense. It is or it was. He is or he was. There is or there was. Here is or here was. I am or I was. Or you can have one name of person, place, or thing. Any name of person, place, or thing. Just one. Then pair it with is or was if it is in the past tense. How about for the plural sentence starters? You can begin your sentence by saying we are or we were for past tense, they are or they were, there are or there were, her are or here is. I'm sorry, here were rather. Then two or more names of person, place, or thing plus are or were for the past tense. And these are just some of the sentence starters, or you may begin your sentence using this sentence starters. Okay. Rule number 1. Let's talk about is and was. Okay? It says use is if the subject of the sentence is singular. Okay? And in the present tense. When we say present tense, the event is happening in the present, or the event happens in the present, or it means today. Okay, presently. While use was if the subject is singular too, but in the past tense. Okay, that's the difference between is and was. For examples, she is amazing. So we have right here the subject she, which is singular, okay, singular subject. That's why we are using the linking verb is, okay, singular then in the present tense. Another example, Lucy was present during the conference yesterday. So we have right here another subject, Lucy, which is singular. It's just that the event already happened or took place in the past. It is because of the time element, or it is because of our adverb of time here, which is yesterday. So yesterday is giving us a signal that this particular event already took place or already happened. Okay, and it was yesterday. That is the reason why we are using the linking verb was. Okay, as we remember, was is the past tense of the linking verb is. Okay, so this is singular past tense. That's the difference between is and was. Rule number 2. Use are if the subject of the sentence is plural and in the present tense, while use were if the subject is plural too, but in the past tense. Okay, that is are and were. For examples, they are prayerful. So we have the subject here, they, and they is a plural subject. It refers to more than one person or persons. Then we have right here a plural linking verb are. Okay, then that is plural in the present tense. Another example, we were the participants in that competition last year. Okay, so we have right here another subject which is plural. Then since that competition already took place or happened last year, okay, so we are no longer going to use the linking verb are, but instead use the past tense of are, which is or that is were. Okay, so that is the reason why instead of using are, we say we were the participants in that competition last year. Okay, it is because of last year. And that is plural and in the past tense. That is the difference between are and were. Rule number 3. Use am if the subject of the sentence is the personal pronoun I and in the present tense, while use was if it is in the past tense. For example, I am a choir member of our school. So we have right here a subject I, and according to the rule, the linking verb that is going to pair with the subject I or the personal pronoun I is the linking verb am. You cannot say I is, I are, or I were. You can only use I were if the sentence is in a conditional statement. So conditional sentence is another English grammar lesson, okay? But for now, that is I am. I will repeat, you cannot say I is or I are. That is only I am. A choir member in our school, that is singular present tense. Another example, I was the winner of that singing competition last year. So, the event or that singing competition already took place last year. Then that is the reason why we are no longer using am here, but instead we use the linking verb was. And remember, was is the past tense of am. Okay? So, I was the winner of that singing competition last year. That's the difference between am and was. Okay? How do linking verbs differ from regular or main verbs? So we have right here linking verbs. We have here two sentences using linking verbs. His father is a lawyer. Last night, the weather was terrible. In these two sentences or examples, the linking verbs is and was are only used to link or connect the subject to the other parts of the sentence. It means that the subject, his father, is being connected by the verb is to another part of a sentence, which is a lawyer. Or a lawyer here is a predicate, noun, or complement. Okay? And the subject, whether here, is being linked by the linking verb was to the other part of the sentence, which is terrible. And terrible here is an adjective. Okay? So if we have to go back to the definition, linking verbs are only to link or connect. That is why these are called linking verbs, because they are used to link or connect. How about sentences with main verbs or regular verbs? She writes a letter, the baby cried when I left him. Okay. Both the regular or main verbs writes and cried perform a certain action. Okay? Unlike in the linking verbs that they do not perform an action, herein the main verbs, both these verbs are performing a certain action. The verb write is an action word. Okay? There is an action involved when we say write. And same with cried. Okay? When you cry, it involves a certain action. Or when somebody is crying, that is for sure that somebody is performing a certain action. Okay? So that's the difference between using linking verbs and main verbs in a sentence. But both are equally important or equally significant, because without them, I am certain that the sentence is grammatically incorrect or the sentences don't make sense. Okay? And those are the linking verbs am, is, was, are, and were. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. I hope you are refreshed with this video tutorial or presentation. And thank you, everyone. See you in my next video. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.